What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Liverpool are interested in Yuri Tielemans, the Leicester City midfielder who only has 1 year left on his contract. His contract expires in 2023. He has no intention to extend his contract, so Leicester City are looking for buyers, and there are talks of Leicester City selling a lot of players. James Maddison has been linked away from Leicester City, and I wouldn't mind James Maddison either. But first off, the worst news was confirmed. James Spears has confirmed that Thiago's diagnosis is worse than we first thought, because he will not be out for only 2, 3, 4 weeks. He will be out for at least 6 weeks minimum, so it could mean minimum 6 weeks but potentially even longer. So now I think Liverpool have no choice but to act and sign a midfielder in the transfer window. So let me know, which midfielder would you prefer? My preference would actually be Yuri Tielemans or James Maddison, a goal-scoring midfielder who can really help ease the goal-scoring pressure on the front three. And also we will take a deep look at the Yuri Tielemans, what he could offer to Liverpool. And he's a really durable player. He played a total of 101 games in just the past 2 seasons for Leicester City, so he hardly ever gets injured. And guys, if you enjoy these transfer updates, leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here. So Thiago is expected, according to James Spears, to be out until mid-September, meaning he will miss 6 Premier League games, including Crystal Palace, Man United, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Everton and Wolves. And of course the League Cup 3rd round tie, but he wouldn't have played in that anyway. And Jurgen Klopp said that this isn't a good situation. I don't like it at all that we have so many injuries. Liverpool have now a lot of players out injured, especially in midfield. And Jurgen Klopp said we have to see how we react on this, but for sure we won't be panicking. And Fabrizio Romano said that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are considering signing a new midfielder if there is an opportunity on the market. And I think with Yuri Tielemans there is definitely an opportunity on the market. Yuri Tielemans normally would cost around £45 million, but because he only has 1 year left on his contract, I think he would be available for around 35 million. And Josh Holland said that Yuri Tielemans deserves a lot of praise for his performance and the way he conducted himself against Brentford, because no sign of him wanting away. He fought for every ball and he was as passionate as ever. If he's to leave for another club, he has showed no signs of showing that publicly. And I think Yuri Tielemans would be a great option for Liverpool. As I said, he only has 1 year left on his contract. Last season he played 50 games in all competitions, scoring 7 goals and 5 assists, and most of those goals and assists came in the Premier League. In 32 games he played in the Premier League, he scored 6 goals, got 4 assists, and also in the previous seasons Tielemans has been very reliable. He played 51 games 2 seasons ago, scoring 9 goals as well, 44 games 3 seasons ago, scoring 5 goals as well. So on average in the past 3 seasons Yuri Tielemans has scored 7 goals in each and every season, as I said, on average, and he's a very reliable player. He's only 25 years old, but he has already played 409 matches in professional football, so he's a very experienced player, and he has been playing in the Premier League for 4 seasons. This is his 5th season in the Premier League, so he's also knows the league very well, so he would have no time to adapt. He could come in and straight away play for Liverpool. And also he played 52 games for the Belgium national team. He could become their all-time record like top appearance player, scoring 5 goals for Belgium. And he scored against England, and Belgium beat England 2-0 in the Nations League in the 2021 season. He has won the FA Cup and the Community Shield at Leicester City, but Leicester look like a sinking ship. They haven't made any significant notable transfers yet this season. Their captain Kasper Schmeichel joined Nice in the French league, so Leicester are, in turmoil at the moment, and they also gave away a 2-0 2-0 lead against Brentford, and Brendan Rodgers was so weird. He didn't change his tactics when Brentford made all those substitutions and the game started to turn and Brentford got to go back and then they equalized. Brendan Rodgers made just one substitution, and then after the game he had the cheek to complain about fatigue, about the players being tired on the first day of the season when you have 5 substitutions and you only use one. So Tielemans, I think, even though he didn't come out and publicly say he wants to leave, he probably would jump at the chance to join a big club like Liverpool. So I think that this would be a brilliant transfer move on Liverpool's part. There are conflicting reports about Thiago's injury and how long it is that Thiago will be out for. Neil Jones, who is a correspondent for the Liverpool Echo, has said that Thiago has underwent a scan on Sunday. Liverpool will hope to have caught the injury early, meaning he will be out for a couple of weeks as opposed to 4 or more. But as I said, James Pearce, who is also very reliable, has said it's a minimum 6 weeks, maybe even more. So I'm not sure who to believe at this point. Let's hope Thiago will be back earlier than expected, but given his injury record, probably he will be out for at least 6 weeks. And Neil Jones also said the best news for Jurgen Klopp surrounds Naby Keita, who is only ill. He missed the Fulham game, but the club say it's not COVID related. But Naby Keita returned to training over the weekend, and he should be available to face Crystal Palace at Anfield next Monday. So Liverpool have the full week to train, to prepare, and also to get a little bit further with the injury rehabilitation on Diogo Jota, Curtis Jones, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Thiago. We have so many players out injured, so that's a big concern. And I think Tielemans would be just the perfect solution for Liverpool. It's surprising that no big team has moved for Tielemans, who is a very highly experienced player. He has played 159 games for Leicester, and all his attacking stats for a midfielder are in the higher echelons of the percentile ranking. He falls into the 85th percentile for shot creating actions and non-penalty expected goals, the famous XG metric, expected assists combined. He's also an accomplished passer of the ball, featuring in the top 89% for progressive passes per 90 minutes, which is 5.8, and he also completes 89% of his passes, more than Thiago, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Naby Keita. So he's a Premier League proven player who can pass, who can shoot, who can tackle, who can create, who can cover box to box, and whoever will sign Tielemans will be an absolute brilliant player, and I think Liverpool should go for him. As I said, for 35 million, it's a relatively low risk transfer because of his age. He's 25 years old, because he's Premier League proven. You know exactly what you are getting with Tielemans. And we have a transfer upgrade regarding a current Liverpool player. Sepp van den Berg is available for a loan deal, and he's currently weighing up his options as Burnley are interested in taking Sepp van den Berg on loan. Burnley started off with a win in the Championship, and Burnley are believed to be one of the teams to be keen to loan Sepp van den Berg in. And Sepp van den Berg already played 61 games in the Championship, so he will be confident in his ability to force his way into the Burnley side, because Burnley lost quite a lot of players. They lost Collins and Ben Mee in the transfer window, so it's not like they have amazing world-class centre-backs in their ranks. And if Sepp van den Berg helps Burnley get promoted to the Premier League, I think that would be a really good option for him and his career and his development as well. And Glenn Hoddle, former Tottenham player and England manager, has criticised Trent Alexander-Arnold's defending. He didn't cover himself in glory when Mitrovic rose above him and headed in pretty much unopposed. I still don't understand why Trent hasn't jumped in that scenario, but Glenn Hoddle said Trent is not aware that it's Mitrovic who is behind him. He has to jump early and block him off. He knows that Mitrovic is better in the air, but I don't think he opened his body up and had a look. When you are a smaller fullback and you jump early, then you put the other player off, so Mitrovic comes above you and then he has to go through you. So it's a tough one, and he has to learn that as a defender. I think that's where Trent has to become a better player as a defender. And I agree with this criticism. The one area where Trent is lacking in terms of his defensive quality is these crosses from the other side of the pitch. So when Trent is defending, Liverpool's right side, that is the opposition's left wing. So when the opposition from the right wing of their attack cross it in at the far post, too many times Trent Alexander-Arnold either fails to track his runner, or he loses his marker, or he loses concentration. I'm not sure what it is, but he needs to improve this side of his game. Remember, Brentford targeted Trent Alexander-Arnold constantly when we played them, and we paid a heavy price. We lost 2 points against Fulham, we lost 2 points against Brentford. Let's hope these 2 points that we lost against Fulham doesn't cost Liverpool the title. But if at the end of the season, again, we miss out on the Premier League title by 1 or 2 points, Liverpool will be kicking themselves, because Fulham are much worse than Liverpool, so we should have beaten them fair and square, no excuses. And former Liverpool midfielder Adam Lallana, who helped Brighton win at Old Trafford, I was so happy to see that result. And he has reflected on his time at Liverpool. He said when Jurgen Klopp first came in, that was sort of his model. You would drop the kids off, go for breakfast, but you couldn't play golf before you trained. There would have been an element of that, because playing for Liverpool is literally your whole life is taken up by that. Whereas coming out of Liverpool, I feel like I've got a little bit more of a life back. Not that I didn't enjoy it, I enjoyed it, I loved it at the time at Liverpool, but I love it at Brighton now for different reasons. Probably it's not as intense and not as cutthroat, the football business at Brighton, because they are mid-table side, not contending for European football. They have a little bit more relaxed and laid-back attitude. But at Liverpool, you have to be on it almost every single day, 100%. Otherwise, you are out of the team, and otherwise you just are not getting into the Liverpool side. And Gary Neville is already worried about Manchester United hosting Liverpool 2 weeks from now. I'm already rubbing my hands together. If Man United will play anything like League played recently, then they will get absolutely smashed by Liverpool. Let's hope that Man United don't improve until then. But even if they improve, Man United will be still the underdogs against Liverpool, even at home, which is strange to say, because I've been growing up watching Man United dominate Liverpool at Old Trafford year after year. So it's a nice and welcome change that now I think Liverpool are going there to win for the 3rd season in a row, which is pretty unusual. And Gary Neville already is dreading it. He said, I'm already dreading the train down to Brentford next Saturday. I'm already thinking about Liverpool coming to Old Trafford 2 weeks on Monday, because the way Man United played against Brighton was just absolutely atrocious. And at the moment they are putting in bids for Rabiot and Arnautovic. Rabiot is an even worse player than Paul Pogba. They are pretty similar, but he is much more like less quality. And also Marco Arnautovic, 33-year-old player. Yes, he scored 14 goals for Bologna, but he's nowhere near good enough for Man United. Why do they keep signing these old players? Did they not learn from the past? Yes, Robin van Persie worked out brilliantly. Man United won the title with him. The last title that Man United won. But every other old player, like Alexis Sanchez, Edinson Cavani, even Ronaldo, it hasn't worked out. And you can't build the future of a big football club on these 33, 34-year-old players. So it's absolutely staggering what Man United are doing in the transfer window. It just shows that having a great manager like Erik ten Hag is not enough. If the structure, if the direction doesn't change, if the owners don't change at Man United, then they won't improve much, even under Erik ten Hag. Let me know what do you think in the comments below, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Thanks for watching, have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.